Hi. So, this isn't what anyone asked for, but this is what you're gonna get. That didn't even make sense, but let's keep recording. And first of all, someone said they liked my Halloween outfit, what I'm wearing right now, even though it's not a Halloween outfit. And so, anyway, I figured I'd do book haul, a book haul, just because I've been visiting lots of bookstores and libraries, and that's what I do for fun. So it's not like I have lots of money to buy everything, but here's what I got. Yeah, so the first um, place I went to, well, this is gonna span over a few months. Revolution's bookstore, that's a used bookstore in St. John's, and I got this graphic novel. It's an LGBTQ um, YA novel called Adrian and the Tree of Secrets. Yeah, it was fine. I'll probably keep this until I do an LGBTQ book drive down the line. And then the next place I visited when it opened was the Albino Library. It used to be at um, the building used to be the tidal wave used bookstore. And so even though I'd been to that location before, I hadn't been to it as a library, so I thought that was cool. And then in September, and this is when I was fortunate enough to go to a bookstore or library, at least one every week for, yeah, starting with this location, the Book Nook at Canby. And that was a good bookstore, but I couldn't find anything to buy. But then I figured I should be supporting bookstores, you know, when I visit them. And then so I ended up buying not just one pen, but two. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, yes. And then the next week, I had my 20th ever library hop, and that's when I walked a couple bridges, including the scary one called the Bridges of the Gods in Cascade Locks. And then, before I went to the Stevenson Library, there was a used bookstore called North Banks. Yep, that's what it's called. I'm actually reading from my website, my blog, bookstores and libraries visited.wordpress.com. Yeah, and for some reason, when I walked in, the owner didn't hear me, and she was just at the back room, and I was kind of freaking out because I didn't want people to think I was trying to be sneaky or steal stuff. And I couldn't find anything there also, but I just bought notebooks. Oh, and then there was a lady who was visiting, I think from Seattle, and then yeah, I think it sounded like she loved visiting bookstores and libraries also. And I think if there wasn't a pandemic, I would have talked to her. I actually ran into her at the library afterwards. And then, let's see, so the next week I had gone to a couple bookstores, and at one of them in Vancouver, Washington, called Birdhouse Books, I picked up this book, Emile and the Detectives, because I like mysteries, and I think it's from, where is it from? German. German. It's from Germany. And yeah, so it was giving me maybe Encyclopedia Brown vibes. And then, let's see, what's the next place I went to? The Book Peddler. What did I buy there? Oh yeah, so the Book Peddler was in White Salmon, Washington. No, you don't say the L in salmon. Whatever. Yeah, so I ended up actually, yeah, that bookstore was surprisingly busy, but they could only let 2 people in at a time. And then, yeah, the other 2 people didn't buy anything, so I felt kind of bad. And the owner was nice. I talked to her for a bit, but the book I bought was John Irving's A Prayer for Owen Minnie. I've started this a few times but never got around to it, but I figured I'd buy it to support that bookstore, the Book Peddler. And one of John Irving's books, The World According to Garp, is one of my 52 favorite books of all time, which I updated. I got it down from like over 100 to 52 titles, which you can read on my other blog. And then, let's see, the last bookstore that I bought something, well, I went to a bookstore, like a chocolate cafe and bookstore last week. And that's where I ended up getting a $15 chocolate bar, which is a lot. It's very pricey. And unfortunately, I didn't like the chocolate at all. So I think I'm just gonna end up throwing it away, which is very difficult because I spent $15 on it. But yeah, there's a picture of it on the blog. Yeah. But the last item I bought was at Books Around the Corner, which they've moved a few blocks from their old location in Gresham, and they're now like a genre bookstore and mostly focusing on horror. And then I got this book, The Haunting of Hill House. I wanted a spooky read for Halloween. I was gonna read Edgar Allan Poe, but I'm just not in the mood. But hopefully I'll read this, but I don't think I will this year. And just so I can stop rambling, not a bookstore, but September was library sign up month, and the libraries were doing some fun stuff. And I won this school tote bag from Washington County Libraries at school, and of course they have all their locations and a few stickers. Yep. I just wanted to pretend to be a YouTuber, and why not? It's not like I'm doing anything else. Well, it'll be weird if you watch this whole thing, but I hope you share what book you've enjoyed recently. Okay, bye.